Hey guys, it's Tori, and today I'm going to be doing a short little August TBR. I don't have a lot of things that I need to read for challenges and stuff. I do have a few things which I'll mention first, but mostly this month is going to be more of a pile of possibilities, which I'm really excited about. I've wanted a month or two, which I actually will have a similar situation in September as of right now at least, where I don't have a lot of things I need to get to for challenges, for readathons, anything like that. I can just kind of enjoy whatever I'm in the mood for. So let's start off with the things I do want to get to for challenges and things. The most critical one on this TBR is The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins. This is a book I wanted to read before Victober, and I would like to get to it before September, so I have September to read anything but Victorian literature, so when Victober comes around I can avoid burnout as long as possible. So because of that, I need to get to this in August. I'm going to be reading it throughout the month though, which is about 21 pages a day, so definitely going to be an easy read to get through. I don't know much about this. I know that it follows a missing Moonstone as per the title. I also know it is the first example of a detective story, or at least a detective story as we know it nowadays, and I've heard great things about it. I have read The Woman in White and really enjoyed that, so I'm curious to see how I'll feel about my second Wilkie Collins that I'll have read. I will of course also be reading a book for Kieran from Katie Books' TBR Tackle challenge. I don't know what that book will be yet, as he hasn't released the prompt quite yet, but I do intend to continue to participate in that. So something will be read for that, maybe something on this list, maybe something else. I don't know what the prompt is, like I said, so we'll just see how that goes. And then the third challenge that I have put to myself is actually one that can be done in September as well, so I may push this to September because I literally have nothing for September as of right now besides the TBR Tackle. But that challenge is the BookTube Spin, hosted by Rick McDonnell. He is currently taking an indefinite break from BookTube, but right before he took his break, he did a BookTube Spin with 2 spins. The first of which gave me Road to Rosewood by Ashton Newble to read, and I actually did already read that for Jane Austen July. But the second spin was for Alexander, Child of a Dream by Valerio, Massimo, Manfredi. I know absolutely nothing about this book. I literally saw it in a used bookstore and thought it looked interesting. It's about Alexander the Great. It just gripped my attention, so I decided to grab it. I've literally heard of no one's opinions about it. I have not read any reviews, so I'm going into it completely blind. I believe it is a translated work. I'm not sure what language it originally was in, and maybe it's not a translated work. Oh yeah, it says translated from the Italian by Ian Halliday? I did not say that right. But anyway, it is a translated work from the Italian. It says huge international bestseller, so I'm assuming it's pretty well appreciated, but I've never heard of anybody talk about it. So anyway, we'll see if I end up in the mood for this in August. If not, I will read it in September instead, but that is a possibility for August at least. Then, like I said, the rest are pile of possibilities. So I do really kind of want to get to a new release from 2022. I have only 4 that I have yet to read, but I'm not a huge new release person, so the fact that I have 4 from this year already that I have not read yet is kind of a lot for me. So I'd like to get to at least 1, and the 2 of the 4 that are standing out to me most are Elektra by Jennifer Saint and Booth by Karen Joy Fowler. However, I do have a level of uncertainty with these. So there is a book that I really kind of want to get to as soon as possible. At least I'm very in the mood for it right now when I'm filming this video. And it is a bit of a chunky book, and this one is also a bit of a chunker. So if I read that other one, which I'll mention in a moment, I don't know if I'll want to read this because I don't know if I want that many chunky books right after the other for a month where I want to kind of chill a little bit. I guess this isn't even quite 500 pages, at least in my edition, so maybe it won't be too bad. But anyway, that's a possible hang up with this. My hang up with Elektra, which is following the story of Elektra and her mother Clytemnestra, is that I have another book about Clytemnestra, Daughters of Sparta, that's also about her. It's about her and Helen of Troy. And I kind of want to read this one before I read this one. Don't ask me why, I just kind of do. And because of that, I'm not sure if I want to read Elektra because I might want to read this one first. So we'll kind of see how it goes. I think the more I talk about it, the more I'm leaning towards if I read either of those, of the new releases, it will probably be Booth. And then if I read something else like Elektra, it will be Daughters of Sparta, but we will see. Like I said, I'm not totally sure. Okay, sorry if the angle changed a little bit. I got a notification I needed to see, but anyway, I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but yes, one of these three, at least, possibly two, will be read hopefully this month. But I do have three other books that are kind of calling my attention. So like I mentioned, there is one that's kind of chunkier that I am really feeling, at least at the time of filming this video, and that is A Rose for the Crown by Anne Easter Smith. This is a Richard III romance, and that just sounds like something I need to read soon. I've also been really wanting to read a chunkier yet lighter work. I've read a lot of bigger classics and kind of literary fiction with Wolf Hall this year, which is great, but I really want to read a big book that's not quite so intense as some of those, and I just feel like this might be it. Might be the one for me right now. We'll see how I feel when August actually starts, as I have other things I'm reading right now in July, but this is one that's really calling my name. So we'll see if this ends up on the docket. A couple others that I'm curious about. The first one is The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, which again, I'm not sure if I'll actually get to this, but I just am kind of in the mood for a Shirley Jackson. I've only read one short story by her and one other novel. Really enjoyed them both, and I just want kind of that eerie feeling. If I don't read this, I may also read My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier, because that also has that kind of eerie, gothic-y kind of feeling. But this one, of those two, this one's the one calling me the most at this point. But I don't know, I kind of want that spooky season vibe in August. So we'll see if that happens, but yeah, this is definitely on my pile of possibilities right now. And the last book I'm going to mention is one that I've had for a really long time, and while I've always wanted to read it, I've never been quite in the mood for it, but I actually am right now, which makes me want to take advantage of that, and that is Sold on a Monday by Kristina McMorris, which is a tale of the Great Depression in America. All I know about it based on the back is that some parents are wanting to sell their children because of how miserable everything is with the Great Depression. I think it might also follow two perspectives, but I am not sure, and I'm not sure what those perspectives would be. So anyway, that all being said, I actually feel like I'm kind of in the mood for something like this. So we'll see if I get around to it, as with all of these, but it is one that I may try to prioritize since I actually am in the mood for it, like I said. So yes, that is everything for my TBR pile of possibilities for August. Let me know if you've read any of these, your thoughts on them, if there's any you feel like I should prioritize. I hope you're having a wonderful reading month in July, and I will see you next time. Bye!